A wonderful example of a 1969 Mustang Mach 1, still a work in progress. This Mach 1 came from Ardmore, Oklahoma, delivered to Callaway Customs in Paris, Texas. The Callaway team acquired it in November 2024, stuffed with lots of parts that they were eager to install. This Mach 1 originally had a 428 FE big block engine. Now it has a 390 FE modified. Why a different engine? The poor thing was in a shop fire. Well, didn't get finished being built. Welcome to Road Odyssey. I am Burke. Hope you're doing well. This is part 2 of the 1969 Mach 1 videos. In the first video, I went over the Ford FE engines, including those that have been in this Mach 1, the engine build done by Callaway Customs, the engine install, a short history of the Mach 1 Mustangs themselves, a short history of this Mustang by reviewing the VIN and trim tags, and the install of many parts available at the time. Well, that came with the car. But I left the video number 1, hanging on the engine, not yet fully running. All work from November 24 to February 2025, 3 months of work. I pick up here from mid-February 2025 through to mid-May 2025. Thank you very much for investigating this video. Please subscribe. I appreciate that very much. Also hit the like button and leave any fun or helpful comments. Let's get into it. Before hauling off into the build where I left off previously, let's just idle a minute and review a couple of things about proper project car build sequences. First, I need you to notice that the car is at Callaway Customs without all of the bodywork completed. In this case, it is understandable. The car was in a shop fire and the build process has just been taken out of sequence, basically. Not too bad though. Just missing 2 front end items, the headlight bezels and the grille, which have been bought by the Callaways and will be coming in soon. The bottom bumper valance is at Callaways and painted already, so just not installed yet. Secondly, the hood pin locations are incorrect. Just something the Callaways will have to fix instead of the body shop having had time to check that, I guess. Third, the side mirrors were ordered new by the Callaways and had to be painted at Tub Restorations. Again, an out-of-sequence portion of bodywork, but probably due to the fire. The fourth thing is that sometimes customers buying parts doesn't always help. In this example, the customer bought an exhaust from another car because it sounded so good to him. Used, rusted, and just no, it was wasted money. Let these shops buy the best parts relative to a certain application. That's all I have to say right now about trying to follow a correct build process and how sometimes portions of a job get pushed onto other shops not expecting to do the work. Things happen. I have a good more than 10 days worth of video clips and pictures where I visited the Callaway Customs shop in Paris, Texas, and recorded work done between February 14th and May 20th, 2025. Starting on February 14th, several parts had been ordered from Daniel Carpenter Mustang Restoration Parts, KentuckyMustang.com, and Scott Drake, such as these motor mounts and engine brackets. They spent part of the day working on the remaining connections for the transmission, and they were also doing things like checking the plugs and just kind of getting the transmission and engine all wrapped up. Come February 28th, they got the starter installed, a Power Master Performance, and then they went further into the wiring, like the running lights, blinkers, light switch, wiring inside the cap and alternator. Some work was done on the steering. By the time March 7th came around, Alex had to reverse those steering hoses up underneath. The prior shop had just put them on backwards. The other shop had been on fire. They're just trying to get the car out of their shop. During the same period of mid-February, even going out as far as April 7th, they had been looking at the brake booster and reservoir because there were clearance issues. And if you look on the internet, you will find that this is a common problem. When I looked up clearance issues, there are different setups that may work better. Number one, change the valve covers. Don't try to use the great big, honking valve covers. Second thing I saw was you can get a Midland or a Bendix brake booster. Those manufacturers have their parts that may fit a little bit better. I also saw there could be a spacer plate between the booster and firewall that adds, a lot of girth there, and you can shave that down and then make adjustments on the brake booster easily enough. And all of this should actually help you. If you get all that trimmed down, you'll be able to get to those spark plugs a lot better as well. Jason also installed the brake combination valve, which is, without getting into it too deep, it's basically a safety switch in case you get a brake line busted or a brake doesn't work. And the other part of it is that it's a proportioning valve. It had to be installed before the brake booster and reservoir, of course, since it's tucked back down inside there. Later in February, the chassis work was just almost wrapped up. They did have to take off the fenders so that they could get down to the springs and get them put on. And really, all during a lot of the chassis work and such, the fenders were off only because they didn't want to mar them or mess them up that bad. And it's easier to get down to all those chassis parts and the front springs. By mid-March, the exhaust had been fully installed. Again, the story on that was the customer had bought what he thought was a really great muffler exhaust setup. Unfortunately, it was used and came off of another car. So that was not a good idea. So anyway, Callaway's got new Flowmaster exhausts, and they are the American Thunder mufflers that got used with it. Looking at the exhaust tips, these are what look like what would have come with the car originally. Relative to nowadays, when I first saw them, it's like, oh my God, those are so tiny. They really are pretty small. They're only like an inch and a half on each of the two little tubes at the very tip. But anyway, they don't mess up the sound of the exhaust or anything like that. They just kind of look small as what you might expect nowadays. The first start was March 5th, although a little bit smoky at the moment, just because of all the exhaust and other work that had been going on. So nothing to freak out over. For the exterior body parts, the side mirrors were ordered new by the Callaways, received and painted by Cecil Tubb. That's Tubb Restorations, that's just north of Sulphur Springs, Texas. As for the interior, they have the Hush mat for soundproofing, auto custom carpets, floor carpeting, which they did some test fitting of the carpet, and that looks like it's going to work out just great. They also have the front dash, and that was test fitted. And they did a fitment test of the center console. You can see there's some bubbles in that center console. Somehow they, I guess, sanded them out, painted it, did something, and cleaned that thing up. And began looking at installing the radio and speakers. That rear package tray was fit tested. The rear quarter windows installed. Some of the cab lighting was wired and tested as well. The door cards were fit tested. They have TMI sun visors ordered from KentuckyMustang.com. They still have yet to put on the door gaskets, and there's the adhesive as well. So by the middle of May, still a lot of parts to put on this car, and I haven't even mentioned the seats yet. But got it here as it was being driven around the front drive of the shop, and I hope you enjoy it. To review, I have just quickly gone over a lot of work. Engine mounts swapped out, starter and transmission completely connected, engine finished, all the parts installed, wiring done, newly fabricated exhaust system, steering is in, steering hose is fixed, wiring completed, all brake system parts installed, combination valve, booster, reservoir, lines, everything bled, chassis parts buttoned up, and those new front springs installed. Preparations made for more exterior and interior parts to be installed. And finally, the car is running and moving very well. A good amount of work for 3 months. By this time, the car has been at Callaway Customs for 6 months. Really good progress. And of course, while they are working on several other cool rides at the same time. I really appreciate you watching this video. I might have a part 3 video for this Mach 1 in the near future. Please subscribe, like, and give any fun or helpful comments. I thank you very much. Please relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.